Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at
Mark My Words Sports Show is back.
Signs. Brought to you
talking more Urban Meyer drama.
The truth coming out today.
3 games. Want everybody to call in 602-354-8823. What you guys think? Subscribe to our YouTube page. You know, like our Instagram, our Twitter, Facebook, Mark My Words Sports Show. So let us know what's up.
Dining, dancing, eclectic live music, and vintage playlists. Open 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. daily. Find the Womack on Facebook, Instagram, and thewomack.us.
Next on Mark My Words Sports Show, Urban Meyer gets sentenced to 3-game suspension, and everybody's going crazy about it. We're going to talk all angles about this. Coming up right now, we also have Ken's Top 10, and also more news and notes from the NFL, baseball, and call in 602-354-8823 with your opinions. Mark My Words Sports Show is coming up right now on RadioPhoenix.org.
Hi, I'm Alexis Salee, host of Indigify, where every week we explore an eclectic mix of indigenous music, looking to the future with new and trending artists, and honoring the past by diving into the tracks that have helped shape what we hear today. So join me for Indigify, the latest in modern indigenous music.
Indigify, Tuesday nights at 8 on Radio Phoenix.
Yeah. Okay, I won't read none of this. But
Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for listening on RadioPhoenix.org. Call in 602-354-8823. Let us know what you guys think about the show. Call in about whatever your favorite team is. Let us know what's going on.
When are we going to talk about Jack Smith in the first hour?
What's that?
We're going to talk Urban Meyer first hour.
Right now.
All right, cool.
I'm trying to stretch this as long as you can.
Oh, well, let me read this then.
I got all kinds of sounds for it and all that.
I'm going to read the mom's comments.
I forget, I told you about all that. That was shit last week.
Yeah, no, I went in depth and did some homework on it. Hello? Hey, I'm on air. I'll call you back when I go off air.
Look. Guess who's watching.
What's up, Jamal? We finna get in depth, man. I'm finna tell the truth on Courtney Smith, man. She finna be exposed today.
We got 40 seconds.
Yeah, Super Bowl, Jamal.
We're coming on right now. Okay.
Get organized, bro.
Yeah, Super Bowl, Jamal.
10 seconds.
And I ain't never had an OG, multiple head threat. All the young know me and the gang got it that.
Mark My Words Sports Show is back August 23rd, 2018. And obviously, Urban Meyer situation is on everybody's mind. He gets suspended 3 games for, I guess you could say, lying about the things he knew or what he didn't know about the Zach Smith, Courtney Smith domestic violence situation. They had the press conference last night, and everybody tripped on it because it seemed like he felt disingenuous. You know, everyone's saying he looked like he didn't want to be there. There was reports coming out that, you know, he tried to actually leave the meeting because the meeting was 13 hours that day, and he didn't want to even be there at the meeting. And let me get you guys sound of what the lead investigator said about the situation.
Coach Meyer was in fact aware of the 2015 law enforcement investigation into allegations of domestic violence by Zach Smith. He was informed of that investigation by Athletic Director Gene Smith in the fall of 2015, and both Coach Meyer and Athletic Director Gene Smith regularly monitored the progress of that investigation for a period of months. Coach Meyer and AD Gene Smith, although acting in good faith, did not report the investigation of Zach Smith for domestic violence in 2015 to compliance as we believe they should have. Although law enforcement had not brought charges at the time that Coach Meyer and AD Smith became aware of the investigation, the compliance function would have been in the best position to assess whether to conduct an internal investigation into the allegations had they known about them. Despite Coach Meyer's clear awareness and monitoring in 2015 of the law enforcement investigation of Zach Smith for domestic violence, we ultimately did not conclude that Coach Meyer deliberately lied during his comments at Big Ten Media Days on July 24th, 2018. He has consistently maintained that he did not recall in July 2018 what he knew in 2015 regarding the domestic violence investigation of Zach Smith by law enforcement. And we credit that Coach Meyer, in answering reporters' questions on July 24th, was closely focused on erroneous media reports that Zach Smith had been arrested on felony charges in 2015, which Coach Meyer had determined the night before not to have occurred. But his answers swept more broadly than the falsely reported arrest, and Coach Meyer falsely stated that he lacked knowledge of all relevant events regarding alleged domestic violence by Zach Smith in 2015. While those denials were plainly not accurate, Coach Meyer did not, in our view, deliberately lie.
That's right there coming from the lead investigator of the Ohio State University, the committee that investigated this situation. Kenny, you have a lot to say. Go ahead and say it.
Courtney Smith told a bold-faced lie and made a big mess for Urban Meyer. And I'm not saying Urban Meyer is a saint, not by any stretch or imagination or stretch, after coaching Aaron Hernandez and having the other scandals in Florida. But in this one, he's totally innocent, man. He's really totally innocent. I believe him when he said that he didn't know. He wasn't prepared when they asked him when he was doing that meeting. He wasn't prepared. You can look at his face. He was caught off guard by the question about Zach Smith. He wasn't, prepped or prompted for that. Now, listen. I'm going to go into it right now. Urban Smith did not tell any lies. And I'm going to tell you why. This is what Courtney Smith's own mother had to say. I wanted to stay out of this mess, she said, but I can't take it anymore. I can't take the lies that are being written about Urban Meyer and Zach Smith. Okay? We're going to end it there. We're going to come over. But the fact of the matter is, Courtney set him up. This whole thing, she was determined to bring him down and keep her current boyfriend around who didn't want Zach around. Sound familiar? Okay. The 33-year-old said she was shocked when the scandal led to Meyer who was placed on administrative leave on August 3rd. Right? Courtney Smith in 2014 was heard by her mother and Zach's mom saying that I'm going to bring Zach and Urban Meyer down. Right? Okay? So now here's all the lies. And now this is how you can tell she's telling the truth. Even though they say she's estranged for a reason. That girl is messed up in her head. In 2015, they got separated, right? They were separated in 2015. It's awfully funny. The cops were called to the house 9 times. 9 times. Now, guys, you've been sitting in the house and your girl started coming at you unreal. And when you tried to do the right thing by getting up and leaving, we're attacked. And when you get attacked, you're going to defend yourself. You may not punch her up. You may just grab her, swing her, shake her down, hold her down. And if you sit here and say that you've never had that problem, you're lying through your teeth, because every man has gone through this before. There's a reason why he never got charged with anything, because it was always found that she was lying.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Now, the social media train is just going to jump on a hot story. Then you got the women's groups that's coming at it, the hot story. Nothing should have happened to Urban Meyer at all in this. Urban Meyer, if anything, was the victim. And I'm going to tell you why. Any older couple to see a younger couple, especially if you have, the grandfather situation, the closeness of the family, any younger couple, you're going to try to counsel this couple. Now, he said he knew about the incident then. He didn't know about the DUI. Urban Meyer didn't know about all that other stuff. The reason why the wife didn't tell him about the text messages, which I don't believe, I think she told him anyway, but the wife came out and said, Urban Meyer's wife said, the stories that she was telling me in these texts didn't add up.
Okay.
It didn't add up. Okay. Now you want to say he emptied out his cell phone. That's a totally different thing. Common sense tells me Urban had dirt on something completely different than Jack Smith. This is why he asked, will it be public record? Yes. Oh, let me get rid of this. Might be a recruit that he was supposed to resign and he got at him illegally. It could be a myriad of any other thing. True. And this is just common sense. You know what I mean? My father always told me there's 2 sides to every story. The one side that's being jumped on is, the innocent woman victim. But she's really the monster. And she is the one who should really be on trial here.
Well, let me back up when you say the 2 sides to every story. There's actually 3. His side, her side, and the truth.
Right. And the truth is right here.
I understand all that. That's what we've been talking about. And when I heard about the situation with both of their mothers saying this, it shocked me, but then it didn't. Because it's like, okay, there is more to it, because everyone's pounding on Zach Smith and saying that, Courtney Smith, is the victim here, when there's always both sides in domestic violence. The laws that may be, that is, in whatever state you're in, 9 times out of 10 is going to be for the woman. You know what I mean? Now, coming back to Urban Meyer, the reason why he did get this 3-game suspension and everything, which a lot of people think he should get fired because of the wording in his contract, right? And then also the AD getting suspended for a month, mainly because he didn't come forward when he did. It's like when there's an issue at your job and you lie about it, and then it comes out months later, and then you get fired or whatever. Well, if you would have came out when it happened, you might not have gotten in trouble. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you do. So in 2015, he said he went to the AD, but it didn't get anything further than that.
No police report.
Because there's no police
nothing
report.
There.
But then
tell me where he lied.
Well, see,
he didn't lie.
But here's the thing: when you're Urban Meyer and you run, basically, Ohio, you run Columbus, Ohio. Okay, you're supposed to handle that situation no matter what. The AD is not supposed to handle that situation. He is, because he's the man. And the fact of the matter is, people look at him as one of the most powerful
football coaches in history. You know what I mean? So when something like this comes out, it's looked like you're supposed to do a whole lot more than what you did, and now it looks like you're hiding something. So that's what everyone's looking at. Oh, he must have hid this, he must have hid that, and then it comes out, oh, well, there's more to it. You know what I mean? There's a lot more to it. And I think the main problem is what dug him in the hole is the fact that he should have stayed out of it a long time ago. Him being an old school coach, an old school man with old school values, when you have something like a toxic relationship and you're trying to help, a lot of times you just stay out of it because you're going to get drugged into it, and that's what Courtney Smith did is drug him and his family into it.
Let me tell you something though. Urban Meyer could have stayed out of it, right? But this chick seems like her own. These are her own mother's words. She's vindictive. Okay, look at this. In June or July of 2015, after they got separated, we all were at my condo, speaking of the mom, we were at the mom's condo. And Zach was picking up or dropping off the kids. She explained, Courtney got mad about something. She then got into her car and she tried to run him over with the car. Zach had to jump out of the way, and I thought she actually had ran him over. Courtney didn't care that her own kids were there at the time. What's that say? Is that's painting a whole other picture about it. Now you're looking at her in a different light now, right?
That's a very...
you know the nightmare.
That's very...
You know the nightmare.
What I'm saying is, I've been
There's
there.
more.
But listen, this is what I'm saying. We talked about this 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when this first started, is the fact that there's always going to be another side to it. And when Zach's side came out first...
His side didn't come out. Her side came out first.
Well, that's what I mean. The side of what the problems he did, what he did, came out first. They went with the police reports. Police report, and the main focus on the police report
there's no police report.
That's what I'm saying. The main focus on the police report is the fact that he didn't get convicted or anything like that. So when you look at that, everyone sees just there's police report. Mary Jo, the lead investigator, said was erroneous reports, right? So someone was trying to paint a picture of him being the villain. But when all this stuff is coming out, what you're reading, what is not being said, why isn't that being
This should
talked
be
about?
the stuff that's on the lead. See, Courtney Smith is the one who should be on trial here. She's the one who should be on trial, not Urban Meyer. You know what I mean? Not Zach Smith, because it sounds like Zach Smith, and I'm not saying he's no choir boy or no saint, but at the same time, she sounds like she's the one with an agenda.
All right, we got a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you from?
Phoenix.
All right, man. What you think about this situation with the Urban Meyer suspension?
Honestly, I feel that. I mean, just like you said, Dwayne, we live in a social world. I think you and Kenny that said this. We live in a social media world that they're quick to blame somebody else before getting all the facts. And my thing is that Urban Meyer should not have been suspended, let alone he should not be a part of this. The simple fact that with all the evidence that Kenny has read regarding the situation, there's no Urban Meyer's position to deal with all that. If the mother comes out and give up all the information, explaining the fact that my daughter did wrong, then therefore everything should be overturned. They should have another meeting to overturn the suspension if you have the information coming out saying that she's in the wrong.
Yeah, but Jamal, don't you think that Ohio State had to do something to get ahead of the PR nightmare, which has already been a nightmare?
Yeah, I give Ohio State A for effort, but I think they dropped the ball on this.
They dropped the ball. They dropped the ball. Exactly. They're caving into these groups, the hashtag #MeToos, and they're caving into, and this is what's happening a lot in sports nowadays, and I mean just life, period. This is what's happening. Before the truth comes out, you're prosecuted. Whatever happened to innocent to proven guilty? That is out the window now.
See, in the court of public opinion, you're guilty and proven otherwise. That's not saying innocent. That's just proven otherwise. What do you think about that?
Well, I'll say this. To be honest, it just depends on the certain circumstances and the situation we're dealing with. You gotta realize, we're talking about sports. You're guilty right off the bat because of sports.
But at the same time, well, no, at the same time, it's all really the same thing because it's relative. Every man in this room has gone through what Zach Smith is going through at one time or another in his life. You know what I mean? When you got a vindictive woman that's out to get you, and you're not even really doing anything. You guys have been separated since 2015, but yet you're still so hell bent to take me down. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And every man, if any man in the country can stand up and say, "Oh, that has never happened to me," I will stand up and call you a bold-faced lie. You see what I'm saying? Because now you're just agreeing with the hashtag #MeTooers just so you can look good or come out smelling good on the right side of the fence, which you're really on the wrong side of the fence because the little girl's mom came out in his defense. Estranged or not. She came out in his defense talking about the right and the truth. This.
If this happened, as reported, 2 or 3 years ago, all of a sudden now you want to make it a big deal.
Bingo.
Years later.
Bingo.
And then there's been a police report that came and basically did their due diligence, showing that basically nothing was really that bad. All of a sudden now it's that bad years later that you want to claim that, oh, I did this to me. I feel like the person that's trying to do something years later with the whole hashtag #MeToo or I want to claim somebody did something to me 5 years ago, they should be held accountable.
Basically.
Hey, you know what? You got a great point right there. I'm gonna have to leave it right there, and we're gonna go to break. Thanks for calling, Jamal, and we'll talk later. Keep calling in, all right?
No doubt.
We'll probably call you back, man, just to get back on this, because we ain't done with this yet, because I still got more to read.
All right, thanks for calling in. Oops. All right, that was Jamal King right there, and
we're not done with you, Courtney. I still got more evidence on you. Hey, Irby, you should call me, man, and let me be your lawyer.
All right, support for Radio Phoenix comes in part from Native Health, located at 4041 North Central Avenue, Suite C in Phoenix. Native Health provides primary medical, dental, and behavioral health and WIC services targeted for urban Native Americans. More information is available at 602-279-5262 or online at nativehealthphoenix.org. We'll be right back with more Mark My Words Sports Show.
We're going to get ratings on this one, boy. They're going to be mad at me. Look, I got more to read, though. I figure we spend about another 10 minutes on this and then move on to the next thing.
No, we can keep going with this because I got sound of what Stephen A. Smith said. And I want to see if you agree or disagree with
I disagree with him because he's just... I disagree with all of them because nobody's came out with this. Nobody's came out with all the evidence. They're talking about, oh, well, he looked at like smug, and when they asked him to apologize to her. Mm-hmm. Would you want to apologize to her when you know she lying?
That's plain.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks everybody for watching, huh?
When you know she lying, are you going to be easy to come out there and apologize? And you know she lying, I'm going to take the same road Urban Meyer did.
Thanks, Jamal, for calling in.
Right.
We're going to keep going on with this Urban Meyer situation. Call in 602-354-8823.
I got more to read, man. There's more evidence to bring up against Courtney Smith. We're going to get her put away today. She gone. All this stuff, women attacking men, it must stop. You know what I'm saying? It's time for some equality and some get back. And this is right now to get back. I'm the lawyer for all the guys out there tonight. Unless you're wrong, it's 2 left shoes, then you should get spat in.
you all said Urban Meyer should be listening right now.
Look, she said, I was even more disbelief. She said, the first thing that came to mind is that is what she wanted all along. This is all that she wanted all along. She was trying to take him down and Urban Meyer down too. Urban Meyer gets fired over this. If Urban Meyer gets fired over this, this is frustrating to me. My grandson is about to go into the 3rd grade and he will be bullied over this. Kids are so mean to each other and other things.
Coming on right now.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? Even though that's neither here nor there.
And with that, Mark My Words Sports Show, we're still talking about this Urban Meyer getting suspended.
Let's talk about telling the truth.
And basically, let me play this sound real quick of what Stephen A. Smith had to say about the situation and about the press conference in general when it comes to Urban Meyer.
Court. There is no doubt about that. But then you watched him in the press conference last night. No contrition whatsoever, no remorse, no regrets. Couldn't even mention the Courtney Smith's name. Yep. It was just an absolute disgrace. His performance.
Couldn't even acknowledge her.
Couldn't even acknowledge her. And what I saw, was an individual that came across as if he were offended that he even had to be there, that clearly was pointing the finger of blame in her direction. And I saw a university, The Ohio State, essentially embarrassed itself because this board of trustees to come up with 3 games where you've got 1 game that he's completely suspended, but then allowing him to conduct practices leading up to game day for the following 2 games, okay? And the only Big Ten game you really miss is against Rutgers, for crying out loud. They've essentially said, you know what? We weren't winning before Urban Meyer got here. Since he's got here, we want 90.1% of our games. We're going to go with that. And that's basically what they've done. It was a disgraceful performance on his part. No contrition or remorse whatsoever. And I basically think it was emblematic of a good old boys network that just was put on display before our very eyes. And it has me thinking about the 31 arrests that occurred when Urban Meyer was at Florida. It has me thinking that he should never be trusted again to be an individual that's leaned upon for the truth, because he has no compunction for lying. And even when he lied to the media, all right, and ultimately got busted about doing that, even in his statement last night, he said there was no effort to mislead. Well, what the hell is lying? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I cannot believe how flagrant he was in this press conference. After that press conference, I said, this man should go.
Cut him off. Cut him off.
What do you think about what he said?
He is an idiot. And I like Stephen A. Smith, but brother, you wrong as 2 right shoes right now. You were just so wrong. Listen, Urban Meyer never got caught in a lie. First of all, let's just clean that up. He never got caught. He told the truth. Now, the only thing he told the truth about, okay, the 31 arrests while at his tenure and then plus harboring a psychopath, you know, and Aaron Hernandez, okay, that track record looks bad. But in this situation, this is what he's being held accountable for. Not what happened in Florida, not what happened in the other stuff. Urban Meyer is being held accountable for lies that was told against him, and it's actually coming out lies that was told against Zach Smith. Now, I don't think Zach Smith should keep his job because he should have left that girl alone. He's the one who should have left that girl alone and cut that cancer out of his life, and then went to the police, filed a order of protection against her. What do you call it?
Yeah, you're right.
He should have took these steps, and these are the things, this is where the wrong happened. He should have took the steps that he know he needed to cover his own butt, because he knew he was dealing with a psychopath and this one young chick. Or lady. I don't know if hashtaggers will come get me.
I think Urban Meyer's fault was...
There's no fault.
No, I'm saying it like I said before.
was to cut them both off a long time ago. You just keep
You can't.
No, what I'm saying is you work with them, but keep them at a distance.
But
you know
how?
what I'm saying?
How?
Not get into their business, not get into their relationship. If it comes out,
Apparently he didn't.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the
Apparently
reason
he didn't get in there.
What I'm saying is the reason why he's in this situation is because people are saying he was into it. Him and his wife. You said they counseled him, which means they knew about what was going on. He's getting text messages from Courtney of pictures of bruises or whatever. His wife maybe thinks she was lying, and then it comes out that the mother's like, oh, all this stuff happened. So what I'm saying is, with all that toxicity, right? Huge toxic relationship. They should have both went to jail, to be honest with you. He should have said, I'm out of it. Me and my wife are out of it, because looking back, he should have been looking forward. He should have had that vision, like, you know what, this could get me in big trouble. I've already got issue with what happened in Florida, and now I'm dealing with this man and his wife. I need to leave this alone. That's the reason why.
But this is one of those things. This is one of those things that Keyshawn Johnson affectionately says every morning. Nothing to see here, and that's what this really is. If this wasn't about domestic violence and the way the country is leaning nowadays, this wouldn't even be a story. I'm gonna put it to you like this. If this was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, this right here would have came up and blew her up. But see, the sexy narrative here is that she's a battered woman, and this is what everybody's trying to get behind. And you know what I mean, with Harvey Weinstein and all these other people, this is what everybody's trying to get behind. The truth is not being told.
Yeah, but here's the thing that's so hilarious about the whole #MeToo movement is the fact that one of the main people that's going all out about it, she gets caught sexually harassing and sexually doing things to a young actor, and got caught trying to pay him off. So it's like,
but that came out though. That's not major news though. That should be.
And the thing is, everything is so hypocritical when it comes to what women do versus what men do.
Basically,
you know what I mean.
Basically.
If you want to be equal, if everybody wants to be equal, then come out and say what you did. You know what I mean? Because that right there, that ends everything. Okay, I did this, and he did this, and he did this, and we were both wrong.
You know what the problem is in society nowadays? Right. Everybody has a problem with the truth. The truth is a heavy thing, man, for people to have to even try to swallow. Some people have such a big problem with the truth that all they can do is lie.
Not just tell the truth, but receive the truth.
Oh, and when you receive the truth, now they want to fight. Now they are mad. They become belligerent. Mm-hmm. But the way you know if somebody lying or not, look at their reaction when the truth is told.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at their reaction when the truth is told. Well, I got more.
And as far as Ohio State is concerned, I don't want to bring comparison to the Maryland situation, but if they would have treated it as urgent as Maryland treated that situation, this whole situation goes away. I don't think there would be any investigation.
No, it wouldn't.
And all this crazy leading up to everybody getting suspended. What I'm saying is, if they would have just came out.
No, there's no come out. There's nothing to come out about.
Well, here's what I'm saying. Okay, you see the investigation just happened, and it finished, and they came out with all that stuff, right?
The truth, yeah.
If all that would have came out 3 weeks ago, we're not talking about this today.
How about this?
You see what I'm saying? I'm saying everything.
Right.
If all this come out 3 weeks ago, we're not talking about this today.
But you are, and I'm going to tell you why. The sexy narrative.
I mean,
look at what happened. Woman.
Yeah, look what happened with Maryland. A player died. That should be the #1 story right now. A young man died because of a coach and his trainers pushed him and that team so hard that one player died and other players are coming against him. There's going to be so many lawsuits against that school, that team, those coaches, because they basically ran those players to the ground, literally. That right now should be the #1 story. But it's not because of how Ohio State handled this story. But if they nip it in the bud
you can't nip
August
it, though.
1st,
how you going to nip something that's not there, though? seriously, how do you go nip something that's not
What I'm
there?
saying is,
see, this is something that came around off of a lie that she told.
If the PR situation of Ohio State, if the president, if the AD comes forward, we knew about all this, we made a mistake, we're going to handle this accordingly, in-house, immediately. End of discussion. We're not having this situation today. You see what Maryland did. The president came out, apologized, was contrite, said he went straight to the family, talked to the family, said they can do whatever legally it takes to get right. We will comply with everything. We're not talking about the Maryland situation and the kid died. We're talking about Ohio State, and it's a messy relationship, drama-filled domestic violence situation. Why are we talking about that? Is because the PR situation of Ohio State is the worst situation in college football. And you know what? Every single football team, every single college athletics need to learn from Ohio State and do not do something like this. Have people in place so if something happens, you nip that in the butt
But
immediately.
how do you stop a grenade that you don't see, a landmine that you don't see coming? You see what I mean?
I think what you do is you keep everything in the house and you talk to everybody before it gets out to the media.
But you can't do that. Like I said, here's the thing. That would be easy. That would be easy for you to do if everybody was to stay on campus 24 hours a day, you know. But when you go home, you have no control of what's happening in somebody's home life.
Yeah, and really the main
so
problem
that's impossible.
The main problem is social media. I'm not just talking about
the main problem is social media.
A domestic violence situation, but any situation involving.
But that's where I'm going.
Any situation
when a person goes home, you have no control over
any
what's
situation
happening.
involving the coach and any drama with any player or assistant coach. You have to nip that in the bud so it doesn't come out and blow up in everybody's face.
Look,
you know what I mean?
Here's more about the mom. You got to go ahead and do the library.
We're way.
Okay, just go ahead.
So one way you can support Radio Phoenix is by becoming one of our sustaining members. For as little as $35 per year, members receive discounts, savings, and other benefits provided by our membership program partners. And don't forget, the membership fee is tax deductible. For more information or to sign up, call 480-829-5746 or go to online to radiophoenix.org, click on the support tab at the top, and then become a member on the drop-down menu. We thank you for your generous support of community radio. We'll be right back with more Mark My Words Sports Show.
Fill this whole hour up with this. I'm so not done.
Radio Phoenix wishes to thank
Billy, call in.
Los Compadres is in the heart of the 19 North corridor.
I want to talk about the Maryland. I want to get a nurse's perspective of what happened in the Maryland case. So call in when you get a chance, Miss, so we can talk about this Maryland thing.
Follow Los Compadres PHX on Facebook and Instagram.
Radio Phoenix wishes to thank Hell City Saints Car Club for their donation. Hell City Saints Car Club presenting the annual Blessing of the Rods, supporting and supplying car shows for surrounding communities, annual holiday parties and fundraisers, supporters of membership drives, proceeds benefiting the American Legion Post 1 General Maintenance Fund, 7th Avenue, Grand and Van Buren, downtown Phoenix. We wish to thank the Hell City Saints Car Club, Hell City Saints and the American Legion Post 1 on Facebook.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You've messed up your daughter's haircut. Do you A, get spiritual?
Mom, where's the mirror?
Beauty is within. Oh.
B, find the positives?
Less time blow drying, more time texting?
Or C, show empathy?
Mom, you really don't have to.
Twinsies!
I kinda love it. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Yaga, this is your Yaga man, Mr. Clan B of the Yaga Movement Radiocast. Join me every Saturday live on RadioPhoenix.org, bringing you the best of Caribbean flavor. Anything from reggaeton, dancehall, Afrobeat, and much, much more. Join me from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Listen to live artist interviews. Let's talk Phoenix and much, much more. Remember, this is the Yaga man, Mr. Clan B at the Yaga Movement Radiocast. Yaga.
Sports Show's back.
Right.
And Jamal, who just called in on Facebook Live, everybody tune in to Facebook Live. and RadioPhoenix.org just had a great thing about what's going on between the Urban Meyer situation and the Maryland situation is the fact that the player is black, and you have a white family here that's basically, you know, royalty in the college football landscape. You know, the good old boys club, is what they say, and that does make perfect sense because a lot of times there are stories out there that aren't shed a light to because of race. You know what I mean?
I mean, in the Maryland thing, it's like I told you when it first happened. Hey, when the AD first said, hey, I'm finna go to these people's house, and we're finna go and apologize to his mother personally. Maryland handled that with so much class, and guess what? Remember how I always tell you, if you just come out and tell the truth from the word go, it goes away. And you may have a sting for about a week, but then the next scandal comes up.
And that's what happened with Urban Meyer in Ohio State. They're basically saying he was so annoyed and so disingenuous that now people are just like,
but if somebody lied on you, would you get mad? I couldn't sit there with a straight face and tell a bold-faced lie, oh, I am sorry and I feel bad. Urban know the truth.
Yeah.
He know the truth. And as far as him destroying his cell phone records and stuff like that, of course he's going to destroy. He could be cheating on his wife. He could be doing so much stuff, and there's so many other things. But people are so wrapped up on the narrative of domestic violence, they've been blinded to the truth. And the truth must come out. And it's sad. Excuse me, I'm not crying. But it's sad that we're the only radio station that has even brought up these facts. And these are really the facts. Yeah. Because every man in America, I keep going back to it, know a woman that's like this. You see what I'm saying? She's vindictive. She probably didn't get what she wanted in the separation custody battle. And ever since then...
She got the kids, and you see how she used that against him.
Well, you see what her own mom said. She hopped in the car, tried to run him over with no regard to his kids.
Here's the thing.
That means she's irrational.
Here's the thing. She basically did do what she set out to do.
Basically.
She got Zach Smith fired, arrested.
His name tarnished.
Because he went to take his kids home because of the separation. You know, the separation, like I said last week, this happens. The main problem is when you're in the courts, everything is so lopsided that even when you go to drop your kids off
and you're doing nothing wrong,
you have a problem.
But because the new man is jealous because you probably have a bigger bank account than him,
and then you end up arrested and you end up fired.
Right. Now, all he was doing, like the mom said, was dropping his kids off at home.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but then, I mean, now you're arrested because this guy is jealous of you. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? The mess is coming out, and this girl is lying, and Urban Meyer should be able to sue for slander. Zach Smith should be able to sue for slander.
What makes it worse is the fact that they threw so much salt on the wound when they came out and said that he was sending himself toys, quote unquote, to his office and showing pictures, you know, those kind of pictures, quote unquote, from the White House, from his office to her. Those could have been pictures when they was married, like, ooh, check, you know those pictures that you have, and then back and forth, because that situation could have been happening on and off while they were separated. You know what I mean?
How many of us have a friend, and I'm going to paint a picture for you guys. How many of us have a friend that is in a relationship that is so volatile that you don't even like to hang around? You're so uncomfortable hanging around them because all of a sudden you could be kicking and having a good time, and then the next thing you know, the fight is on.
But and
that's not fair.
What was so volatile about that situation is the fact that it's that back and forth thing. You break up to make up. You break up to make up.
And that's how some people's relationships are.
The main thing that's so bad about it is the fact that she came out first with all this stuff and kept on coming out with all this stuff that everything he says, he has no fight in the situation. He
like
came out with that
you heard
interview
anything about him?
Well, it was that one interview. Yeah. Everyone dogged him on that. And there was even more stuff coming out about him, like I said, with the toys and with the pictures. Basically, you can't come back. You can't come back.
He's really the victim here, it sounds like, to me.
You can't come back.
It really sounds like he's the victim. He's probably in love with this chick.
He's basically going to be exiled from college football.
He's, you know, and that's the sad part. Like, he should be able to sue her. There should be something that should have to come. She shouldn't be allowed to walk away scot-free with these crimes that she's committed. And those are really crimes. Any man who's ever gone through this, you can feel me. And I'm telling you, and every man has gone through a crazy woman who's vindictive, who wants your head because things didn't work out in her favor.
Now, we got to go to break again.
Okay, we won't talk about this.
We're going to come back with Ken's Top 10 at the end of the first hour. The second hour, we're going to go into more NFL news and notes. I have the AFC South and NFC South preview. We're going to look at the preseason game, what's going on between the Browns and the Eagles. It's actually 5-0 in the fourth quarter, which means that looks like a bunch of third and fourth stringers. So mark my words, it's coming right back right after this.
Wide receiver divas, top 10. What happened?
Oh, I was just texting trying to get some more people to subscribe to the YouTube page.
He said the first half is horrible. It's preseason, Jamal. Let's keep that in mind, man. Cleveland is going to be a deadly threat this year. Yeah, man. Who is that?
Mark My Words Sports Show.
I had to calm down.
Travis Scott, 5% off the #1 album in the country.
Are you serious?
Astro World. Yeah.
That crap?
Well, it's one of the songs.
Oh, wow.
I had to put it on there, had to get the young people hyped.
Why?
They like it.
Young people, y'all need to listen to some Aretha Franklin or something, some real sense. Okay, man. Cue my music, man. Run that track. There you go.
Ken's Top 10.
Top 10 wide receiver divas of all time. #1. Well, we're going to start from 10. Okay, he's new. And he just jumped into the scene and everything like that. But here's the first #10 receiver. Well, no, hold on. I had to revise it. Deshaun Jackson coming in at number 10. Okay. Top 10 diva receivers. The boy's scared to come back home to L.A. because he knows his mom and his sister's waiting on him. #9, Steve Smith. Steve Smith was a bully, a little bully. Number 8, Plaxico Burress. Well, we all know what he did to himself after a Super Bowl win. Made him a diva. Number 7, I got Keyshawn Johnson. Throw me the damn ball. Number 6, Joe Horn. I love me some Joe Horn. And Joe Horn talks about Joe Horn in the third person because Joe Horn is the man.
With the cell phone. Remember
Yeah, Joe Horn. And then I got number 5, Odell Beckham Jr. The guy is so pretty. He's known for one catch, and he said some crazy stuff. Makes him a diva to me. He'd be gone if he was my receiver. Okay. Hold on, Jamal. Hold on. That's why it's Ken's top 10. Okay, number 4. Everybody remember Bad Moon Rising. If you don't remember, Left Eye burnt his house down, man. It was terrible. But Bad Moon loved him some Bad Moon. Oh, yeah, ODB. You're right. Okay. And number 3, Michael Irvin. The man got caught with so much white he thought he was. Anyway.
Right.
Number 2, Chad Ochocinco. The man brought me a lot of joy on Saturdays after a touchdown. And if you didn't like his antics, you should have stopped him. That's how I feel. Yeah. No Fun League. And number 1 of all time, I loves me some me. That's my quarterback, man. It's my quarterback. Terrell Owens, number 1. And that's Ken's top 10. I was going to bust some tracks for y'all, some flows, but I got some major listeners.
The vacation. And if you do that, it's really unfair. It's really unfair. It's my team. It's my quarterback. And if you guys do that, man, it's unfair. We lost as a team. We lost as a team, man.
Yeah, I was his quarterback.
Ken's top 10 right there. Brought to you by no one.
Steve Smith is not a diva? Okay. Steve Smith loved... When he added Steve Smith Sr., that made him a diva. Whenever you change your name or change who you are now officially a diva. Steve Smith Sr.
If anybody got an issue with Ken's top 10 today,
I don't care.
Call
it's Ken's top 10.
602-354-8823. What is your top 10?
Yeah, give me your top 10 so I can poke holes all in it.
Man, that's crazy. Well,
okay. Billy, call in, man, so we can talk about this Maryland stuff, man. We got to give it a little bit more spin because the boy lost his life unfairly through some negligence through coaching, you know what I mean? And the coaching is sad. But I want a nurse's perspective to give us, you know what I mean? Like, I want to know how it is for an 81-degree day in Maryland to somebody who's been there. And give you guys, educate my audience a little bit on the awareness of sending your kids to college.
Jamal is back.
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
He's mad.
All right, first of all, let's get things straight.
Here we go.
Steve Smith, your reason for Steve Smith as a diva is way out of bounds. You've been smoking, like Steve Smith said, lay off the weed. Now, I agree with you with most of your top 10. I would take out Steve Smith.
And who would you put in? Who would you put in there? Who would you put in for? No, we're going to stop it. Who would you put in for Steve Smith? Come on.
Who I put in for Steve Smith?
Yeah.
Or Freddie Mitchell?
Shannon Sharp or Freddie Mitchell?
You know who Freddie Mitchell is.
Come on, man. Freddie Mitchell wasn't even good enough to be a diva. Come on, knock it off. And Shannon Sharp wasn't even no diva. Shannon Sharp was a beast.
Oh, so what you saying is Shannon Sharp was a beast, but Steve Smith wasn't a beast?
Steve Smith was a one-trick pony. Steve Smith could run the 9 route. Shannon Sharp...
Steve Smith, you talking about? Steve Smith with the Giants or Steve Smith with the Panthers?
Steve Smith with the Panthers. Well, no, you know what? I take you right. You have stomped the swab. But Steve Smith, when you add a senior to your name, and Joseph, I don't care if there was another Steve Smith on the team, you outshine the other Steve Smith.
He named his son Steve Smith Jr.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. Okay, well, I got Kenny Devine Jr., and I'm Kenny Devine Sr. No, when you add a name, when you change your name to reflect who you are, that makes you a diva.
You can't say that your person because there's 3 of you, so that don't count.
It do count because I got a junior. I'm junior.
Why?
It do count. That's like my dad turning around and saying, "Oh, well, since I got Kenny Devine Jr., I'm going to be Kenny Devine Sr. And that's how I'm going to sign my name."
By default, he is.
But by default, he is. But I'm talking about if we running out there on the dang field, if we're running around on the field, you don't add senior on the back of your jersey. And if the Joseph Breezy Breeze, if you feel that way, man, you outshine the other guy with your name. You make him go to the bench and you outplay him. You don't add senior to your name. That makes you a diva.
Okay, let me get back to your list. Because also almost swap out Steve Smith. I'm throwing Dez Bryant in there.
Okay, now you have a more legitimate gripe there. Now I'm more willing to take out Steve Smith and put Dez Bryant there. That one is a good one. Now Jarvis Landry, once again, he was in this purgatory hole called Miami, right? Where there was this guy named Ryan Tannehill throwing him the ball. So therefore he fell off the map.
You know what though? I want to say he's honorary because the stuff he just said today or yesterday, being the best NFL wide receiver right now, is a bit divish. What about Antonio Brown?
Well, there's another good one. There's another one. But see here, but listen. Antonio Brown. I think I nailed the top three.
Antonio Brown does back up his stuff. He is the
right,
best
there
wide
you
receiver
go.
in the
So
game
there,
right now.
and he didn't change his name.
They still divas.
Okay, T.O. led the league in drops. Michael Irvin, once again, Michael Irvin was Michael Irvin. Oh, clutch when the game mattered most, huh? Fist of stone, huh? Fist of stone, huh? I seen him. Okay, I watched that game live, though. I watched that game live.
End of the line, when Thompson win the game, to go home, he caught that ball and took a business hit in the end zone. That has been documented to the point where now it's on a montage every time you watch the NFL Network.
Okay, now here we go. Facts. That was his first and only game check came winner.
On that, we have to go to break.
Oh, now we got to go to break when I start getting juicy. Hold on for break. Anyway, here we go. We ain't finna go to no break right now. You ain't off the hook yet. No, you ain't off the hook yet. Here we go. My list is solid.
All
right, tell you what. You call back after the break, and you make up your top 10, and we gonna compare your top 10 to mine. Boy, fans get to. You call this number, you better be ready to get butchered.
I can't do that. We got more topics to go on. We got to keep it moving. Jamal, thanks again for calling. Call back when you want. All right.
The always controversial kids top 10. There's no setting straight. You haven't even set me straight yet. You come with your list so I can poke holes all through it. Hurry up. Hang up on this guy, man. This guy is crazy.
That means we got to go to break. Thanks, Jamal, for calling.
Thank you, Jamal. Library.
We'll be right back. No, there's no library. We're going to break for the second.
No, I want the library.
Okay,
it better be Los Compadres.
No, we don't have Los Compadres.
I'm finna go to somebody who can play.
We'll be back right after this Mark My Words Sports Show.
For a community radio station.
Hey guys, this is Nicholas. Hi, shout out to Ruby's family.
Hi Mom. We're a resource for your community. We care about the people in it and want to bring the programs that matter the most to you.
I want to say hello to my beautiful wife Cheryl in Fountain Hills, Arizona. Oh, I want to say hi to all the good people of Yuma.
I want to say hi to a friend of mine in China.
We're bringing the world to Phoenix and Phoenix to the world. RadioPhoenix.org, where the Valley comes to talk, sing, connect.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Is somebody, a woman lying and attacking you, call me and I will personally come get her.
We're back, Mark My Words Sports Show, for the second hour, and we have more of our